That's why
Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. From the gun to give, looking for room. At the 20, he's got space. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put us.
On the double.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Ibuka. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On the run, it's Judkins. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Ohio State.
4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They grab the early lead.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Henderson. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Pressure coming. Finds his man. It's Hale. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
Second down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 7, Alabama 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to throw, it's Milroe. Coming, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with a 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy is going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Touch pass on the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push pass.
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. On 4th down, looking to pass. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. From the 22 on 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. Finds his tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
And And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The give to the tailback. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a gap. It's Haynes. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. Off the play fake. Buys a little time. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on fourth.
Offense facing fourth down.
Check. Black 29 Bongo. Black 29 Bongo.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Alabama.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Looking downfield, it's Howard. Throws for the tight end. Hauls it in. Open space at the 25. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Motion from the offense. Now from inside the red zone. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he missed it. No good. After the miss, the lead is still 4. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Ohio State 7, Alabama 3.
Ready to start the second half, Alabama will kick it off. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, it just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
And the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get the...
Intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
A really nice job by the linebacker there, understanding his responsibilities in that coverage. That's a cover 2 look, so there's 2 safeties playing deep. But the linebacker knows there's nobody underneath him, keeping him close to the line of scrimmage, so he can kind of float back a little bit, watch the QB's eyes, jump the throw, and make the pick.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Feeling some heat. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. At the 35, he's open. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Henderson. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
To the ground with the back.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Might as well give it to him again. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Back to throw, it's Howard. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Ohio State. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Makes a guy miss and finally brought down at about the 25. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. To the air, it's Milroe. Throwing right. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the safety back in the middle of the field. You see his range and the speed. He's able to close on the ball and then knock it away. Nice play.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it on the left. And he breaks into the open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Bama!
Man, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your 2-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the 4th quarter when you need...
What a big play here as they try to tie it up with the 2 in the waning moments. He's looking to pass. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. The 2 is good, and we have ourselves a tie game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it in with a huge play, an 80-yard touchdown pass. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Looking downfield, it's Howard. Right down the middle. Got his man. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He's going to pass. Slings it downfield. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Well, the defense came into this game with a great game plan, and today they have been challenged, and they have answered that challenge. That was phenomenal coverage, reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the ball. You cannot do it any better than that.
Catch in the middle, it's Ibuka. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. This offense right on the doorstep. They can grab the lead late as time continues to wind down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And this will be for the win. And here comes the field goal unit. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. And it's good! After the earlier miss, redemption and celebration after the game winner. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.